So, hi everyone, my name is Hitesh Bandhu, and for those of you who don't know me, I am an AI engineer and a full stack developer. I'm diving into entrepreneurship right now using a firm of my own that's called VTransform. And so now that you know, content creation has become a lot easier, and to promote your firm, you have to be a thought leader too. You have to post content on social media, right? So just for that purpose, I was trying to leverage my AI skills to make like a content engine that would take master data from me, whatever my thoughts are, and make LinkedIn, Twitter, and blog posts from it. So, and when I was working on this thing, I realized that a lot of people and a lot of organizations are creating content. And what is my differentiating factor? How am I different from others? So I started writing this list on what I don't like, what I don't have to actually produce. So whenever I read a post, there are some cues and specific things that I don't like about posts that are generated with AI. And I actually listed the cues. So I made a list of what I don't want to produce, what I don't want to write. And while writing the script, I got into a stream of consciousness and into the stream of thought, basically, we can say. And I made it a kind of free flow blog post. And this is now available on my website. If you go into blog.hiteshbandhu.xyz, this is the first one. And so yeah, that's what I named it, and today that's what I'm going to discuss about. This is a very free flow kind of discussion and my thoughts. So yeah, these are not some things that will work well with everyone, but these are some things I think are happening and should not happen. People should really not use AI to generate content, rather they should self curate content, do things, write themselves, and then edit that content. So there is a very good thing I feel I wrote. This is the best thing I've wrote in the last 20 days, I feel. So I wrote that content creation was always a problem of self. You will do and you will create. What AI can do is make the expression of your work, like your writings, your LinkedIn posts and blog posts, presentable to other humans and help them learn from it. It won't write what you do. Okay, and one more thing, remember, is you can just do stuff. Doing stuff is not complicated, and presenting it to people is even less complicated. But people try to not do stuff, people try to just generate stuff, that generate that I have done this. I think it's a big problem there. So let's start with the discussion. So the first thing is content creation using AI really a solved problem? So that's how my stream of consciousness went, and I wrote the things that I don't like. So AI is being used extensively to generate content, but here are some things I really don't find like okay and acceptable. So the first thing is the style of writing. So if everybody is using GPT-4 vanilla, everybody is having the same writing style, and everything will sound the same. That's what I don't like, because each post I read on LinkedIn or Twitter, sometimes Twitter is far less, LinkedIn is far above. Everything sounds the same. Like I can even tell this is GPT-4 written. It has a lot of emojis and those things. The second thing is no novel ideas. People just give a one liner to GPT. It gives them some yapping back, some content that is very, very generic that everybody knows about, and everybody just posts that. So if I say write me a blog post about prompt engineering, if 100 people are prompting the same, there is a very, very high probability that 80 will have almost the same content. Yeah, it will be paraphrased, it will be in different form, but the novel idea remains the same. But instead, a person who has been doing prompt engineering, who has real insights, will push in his insights and examples into it. AI cannot produce real life examples. Like I just screenshotted this thing. If AI was writing this blog, it probably won't do that. Now that's the thing. Everyone writes the same. Everyone is writing the same shit over and over again, and that's what turns me off. And Third is yapping, irrelevant information no one needs. So if you ask it why JavaScript is single threaded, it will start yapping 5 or 6 paragraphs of why it is single threaded, but the answer can be done in 3 or 4 lines. Now that is yapping, information no one needs. It is just writing because it is its thing to write basically. Then non-reliable style cloning. So some people use few short examples, like giving a lot of examples to AI about how you write and telling it to write in your own style. But what ends up happening is AI reads the content, doesn't get the style, but get the content. So let's say if you ask it to generate a blog post after giving 5 or 6 examples, it will start taking content from these examples and then generating the same content itself. This has happened with me a lot, and I've experimented a lot with all of these things. I'm an AI engineer, and in free time I try these things. So there are a lot of workarounds like fine tuning, style compression, but I don't find any of them to be that reliable. The content detectors can actually detect the content, and also it doesn't sound natural. And the fifth is fine tuning is hard and I am lazy. Yes, fine tuning is actually hard. Why? Because you have to first have a very good data set, like very good source data. Then you have to clean that data. Then you have to make it into the format the LLM knows. Then you have to train it. Training cost time, training cost money, training cost a lot of things. So that's why fine tuning is very, very hard. Then the sixth thing is the root of this problem. I feel that a lot of people are just lazy and no one is willing to self curate. Everybody wants the AI to do everything for them, but then they say that they are afraid of AGI. AGI will come and do everything itself on its own, but people hate that. But while generating content, people want the AI to do everything for them, like assume that a project is going on, something is going on, these are the results, these are the hypothetical results, and all of this is happening, but nothing will come to a conclusion because it is not the real world. I got a bit distracted, but nothing will come to conclusion because nothing is in real world. If you haven't done anything, how can it write about something? People are getting lazy actually, and people are outsourcing their intelligence. As I read in a very, very good blog post, that you augment your intelligence using ChatGPT. You brainstorm on ideas using it. You just don't give your brain on rent to anyone else, so that because you have ChatGPT, basically don't outsource your intelligence. Now what does curate means here is select, organize and present online content in our context, typically using professional expert knowledge. And self curate means using your own content basically. So like, what are my thoughts as a consumer? If I find these things in a blog post, it turns me off and I don't read that blog post. So this is one thing I would like to avoid in the content I am curating, not generating, to be honest. And to be uniform with what I am speaking, I'm not generating, I'm curating, because I will give master data. So I'd said that I am an AI engineer with above average Joe search skills. Yes, I can search better than 90% of the people on earth, and the 10% people on the category that are on the top are mostly tech people, because they know how to search. How to search is also a skill. So as someone who likes to read a lot of blogs and Twitter threads, not LinkedIn bullshit, because I just don't like to read that. These are some things that make me engage with the content, like the positives of the content. First is the exclusivity of information. If you are running a novel experiment that I can get anywhere else, yes, I will read that thread and the post. I will read about workflows. I will read about your thoughts on some things, a new perspective on things. I will read about new experiments you did, the new things you uncovered, any new book you read I haven't read. Exclusivity of information. But what people do is give a prompt to GPT, generate content and post it. If I had to read that content that is generated by GPT, bro, I can do that better than you. Why will I read that post? Fine. And the second thing is the writing style, the content and the way it is written. The writing style is the way someone writes. I really like 3 or 4 writers. Danko is possibly my favorite. He writes very dense lines, dense and hard hitting lines that gives me an itch in the mind. I actually pause the video and think what he has spoken. Sam Altman's blog.samaltman.com. He writes very concise and direct thoughts about what he was thinking. Mark Manson, the author of I forgot the name of the book. I don't know. Everything is fucked, and how not to give a fuck, something related to that. I'm very sorry, Mark. So, but these are some good things about the post that I read that turns me on, and I can read that post however long it is. But what turns me off instantly is when I see the content like this, when I see overuse of emojis, when I see yapping, yapping like same thing over and over, that doesn't make any sense. Irritation while reading the text. When you read AI generated context, or when you read yapping, to be honest, you will get irritated, and that is natural. And when you read things with no personality, when you have done something now and you write about it, you will have personality. You will write with authority that I did this shit, and this is what happened with me. You will always log whatever also didn't go right. But if an AI is assuming everything and writing, everything will be positive, man. You can just experiment this and get it. And the fifth thing is creating content for the sake of it. People post because they have to post. I don't know who tells them to post. I never do. But people have to do some work, log it, and then post it. You don't have to work for posting. You have to post because you have done some work. Now, and in between all of these yapping, where does AI fit and comes to the picture? All of these things that turns me off while reading are a direct effect of using AI to generate content just for the sake of it and pasting it without a second thought. So this is a LinkedIn post. You can see that I'm thrilled to share something. This is bullshit. Totally bullshit. Now, there is one problem. Only one problem that I feel is there. And I won't do this mistake while generating content for my own company. You've heard this line. This may be incorrect, but you get the essence that a warrior in a garden is better than a gardener in a war. And people are just the gardeners in war. They don't want to learn how to properly use AI. Content is being generated out of FOMO, without even a bit of second thought of differentiation. They don't even proofread the thing they generate. At least don't outsource your intelligence, guys. Take help of AI. Don't depend on it. And due to AI generated content, internet is getting polluted. And I hate to see this pollution happening on the internet, because everyone with a Twitter and LinkedIn account makes an account and starts yapping. The AI apps and they post. So they yap basically. Yeah. Doesn't matter what the source is. If it is being posted from someone's account, it goes into their account. I get it that these are the problems, but there has to be some cues on how to write good content. Yeah. So these are some things that I feel if people do, they can get good content out. So these are three things that are people trained and made to do from their childhood. You have to think original, create original, do your work, and then write whatever you're doing. Doing this simple thing will just make everything better. The internet will still have good enough content. People are not willing to write, but people are willing to post, and that is actually a problem. You have to work, write, and then post. So people who know about this, that you have generated content using GPT, they will know about your laziness, man. They will instantly reject you. At least I will if I hire sometime in the future, to be very, very honest. So the thing is, you don't have to generate, self-curate. Give your own master data and ask ChatGPT to edit it minimally and then post something. You will be amazed by the quality of the things you get. Look, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence system. AI systems, for now, they need a goal and a context to perform. You give the goal, but what about the context? You don't give it. If you do the simple practice, you will be able to generate good enough content that takes humanity 10 raised to minus 69 power step forward, and that is still a very, very big leap in terms of the universe and evolution. Zyada ho gaya, but okay. Now, this is really huge contribution, being very honest. So these are like some steps that you can follow. You need to do whatever the fuck you're doing, okay? Don't have to change. Just do something first. Do whatever the fuck you're doing and keep making rough notes and logging at each step, whatever you are doing. Combine those notes into one file with timestamps. If you can skip this step if you want to, but if you keep timestamps, it actually knows whatever stuff you did, like in what you can say. Just leave it, okay? It knows in what order you did the stuff, okay? Now you can give it to an LLM and ask it to extract insights and your learnings from it. Whatever you learned, you have to write whatever you learned, whatever you did, whatever didn't happen or happen, whatever you learned from it. You have to write these things and then it will extract insights and your learnings from it. There are many ways to do this. Experiment and find the way that suits with your writing, okay? And then ask it to write a concise LinkedIn or Twitter post that people can learn from, okay? Ask it for no yapping, because it will yap a lot still with the stuff. Now just post it. Ask for review and thank me later. Yes, people will thank you for putting out good content and people will appreciate your content. Because you know what is a post? A post at its core is your own original thought, and even if that small thought is generated by LLM, I don't know, man, where the fuck you're going. So stop yapping, start writing, and start posting. And came at the last about content creation is always a problem of self, man. You will do and you will create. What AI can do is make the expression of your work, whatever notes you make and whatever the problems you solved, it can present it to other humans in a better way. It cannot actually solve problems for you and then post it something. It can actually post it, but it cannot do whatever the fuck you can do in real life. You get it? That's one thing. And closing with Sam Altman's tweet that you can just do stuff, man. Just start doing stuff. And that's what VTransform is for. The name VTransform suggests that VTransform, it's not a name, it's kind of a statement that whichever problem or industry we go to, we transform that industry. That is what came to my mind while naming my thing. And I believe that if I do stuff and I log it, I can present it to people in a presentable format. And if I present, these are the things I told you before that I don't want. And this will be something that I will also follow. Don't generate, self-curate. This is a thing that I follow myself while writing. And although I use AI for editing, but you won't be able to differentiate. So you won't be able to detect, not differentiate if it is written using AI, because at the core it's me. AI is the one who edited it, but at the core it's me. So that is it for today. If you really liked whatever I spoke, because I don't know if 1% of people will get to whatever I speak at this point in the video. Just, man, follow me on Twitter. It's x.com/_Hitesh Bandhu, and see you later.